We're about to go live. And we are live on Access Consciousness Europe. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
We are 5 ladies come together to share with you something called Access Joy of Business. And essentially what the Joy of Business is about what is it that you love to do in the world, and how you deliver that gift to the world, and how are you actually willing to receive money for it.
And it brings up a lot of stuff for people.
Mm-hmm.
You're so wrong to charge or monetize on a business that, you know, is to do with people, and it brings up a lot of judgment for people. So what we've done is to create clarity in your world what Access Business and Money is all about. We're going to talk about our experiences with the Joy Business, each of us, and I'm going to shut up and let the ladies take over.
Who's first? Who's first?
Who's first? Pick me.
Yeah, what pops for me today is that it is a class beyond business. Like, for me, it is like living as the question and seeing the life as my business. And it's so wonderful to see what the magic is with all the access tools. Yeah, it's just wonderful.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I was on a class with Simone Millises. For those of you that don't know, she's the creator of Joy Business. She wrote the book, and I'm on a 4-day class with her. And this morning she said something. She said, to change the story, you've got to change what's creating the story. So maybe if each of us pick a point of view that we had in regard to ourselves, in regard to our relationship with business, with money, and what occurred. So when we say to change your story, you've got to change what's creating your story. We have these fixed points of views and fixed realities about what business is and what our definitions, our stories about us are. And what I find is the people that I work with are not their story. They're these amazing infinite beings that bring so much to the world by who they be. And I would like to be the door that allows people to generate more with their business. So yeah, I love what Marcia said. If you're going to change the story, you got to change what's creating the story.
And you know what I love, Marsha, as we were talking about what's really popping for us, one of the things that's so up for me is in the question in business. All my life it's always been about the result, and it's definitive, you know, once you get there you will have achieved. And the big thing that changes things for me now is really when you're in question all the time, in business as well as in your life. Because, you know, in the beginning I got to live in question, but I didn't put that on, I didn't sort of, you know, bring that into business as well. And that's making me see how there's such a different way of being with business, that it just is all the time. There's no separation around it. It's just all the time you're actually being that space of business, no matter what you're doing, really. That's what's up for me.
I love that you talk about this. A lot of people, we ask questions in business, and the question is, you may have decided that business is a certain way and it looks a certain way. Actually, how we do business is very, very different and very brilliant. So what we're looking at here is to show you to ask a question so that you can turn and see something greater. Sylvia, I can hear you. Did you want to go, my darling?
Yeah, I want to say that's what I said. Like, a lot of people said to me, like, okay, business has to be like this and this and this and this and this.
Result.
Result. Yeah, that's true. But also you have to do step 1, and then this is step 1, this is step 2, and this is step 3. And and don't be, be very serious, because if you're laughing, then you're not serious.
Exactly. So I'm so grateful, because the people that I've worked with, I mean, I was on calls today a lot, and it was all about, of course, there are challenging areas come up, which Sylvia just talked about. For what reason, though, can we not be joy with business, And Simone, this is one of our targets, is that we're going to work. I mean, I started working at 11 years of age, so I'm probably going to work 60, 70 years. For what reason? If you don't love something, for what reason are you doing it? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, that's so amazing. I just had a chat this today, like a guy, and he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna work till 111, so you're gonna have to have fun."
Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ariane, would you like to say something?
Yes. I'm just getting now these days that work can be fun, because before I heard that a lot, and it was in my head, but I didn't get it in my body. And I already did this class once, and I just can't believe how many things have changed in a few weeks, really. So I'm just a starter, so I'm going step by step, but I'm going. And
it's so funny. I remember you did a class with myself and Lauren Marie in Lyon. Was that 2019?
Yeah.
Marcia? And I just remember how people change. And someone said on the chat here, Michelle, how do you determine what you love to what you do that you love? So for me, okay, let's talk about that actually. Can I ask you guys that? So Sylvia, how to talk to someone here? She's asking, how do you determine what you do that you love?
Well, actually, that is a very good question. I was like, I don't think that I love something that I do, but then I do that, like translation or creating website or talking to people, and then I will notice like, oh, I forgot the time.
Yeah.
Usually when you forget the time, and it feels like 5 minutes, and then you look at it like, wait a minute, we've been talking 3 hours, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. Who else? That's me. I'll be like, okay, I'll come in an hour. 5 hours later, oh, I didn't recognize that I've been doing this for hours on end. You know, Debbie.
And you know what else is what is so easy for you? So I think I was telling
Rach. No, you can't do that.
I was saying, I've had this thing, and you all know this about me, like numbers is my thing. It's like, really, everyone thinks I'm a little bit mad, but my Excel spreadsheets, I love them as part of the bigger financial thing. And I never in all my years of working would have thought by now I spent an hour, 2 hours now with a lady helping teach her Excel. And when I see the change, and it's so easy for me, and it's really fun because it's so easy. And if you'd said to me like a year ago, part of your job and earning money is going to be teaching someone Excel, I see the change that it's bringing to her life.
Yeah.
And to have that space that the numbers are all sorted and done with, and then she starts to speak about like what else is going on and what can I create and whatever, and it's phenomenal. And I would never have thought it, but it's always been super easy for me. But I had a projection that, oh, I don't want to be teaching Excel, you know what I mean? But it's completely different. It's not what it was. So I think it's also what's super easy for you that you don't recognize can be a contribution to the world. And when you get that, it just like goes, just like explodes.
Yeah, it totally. So Ariane, how do you determine what it is that you love to do?
For me, it's most of the time when I'm laughing, when I'm being really myself and light, and when it's easy as well. And I always was looking a way of how can I say that, how to make it a job, because it doesn't exist as a real job. And now I'm still not really clear about it 100%, but it's getting more and more. And I know that I can generate money even when I'm laughing and when I have the impression that I'm doing nothing.
It's so funny. She said, I don't know much about it. And you said something which to me is an integral part of this, is that when I'm being me, when I'm being me. And for me, I suppose the whole challenging part before I had the Joy Business Tools was that I can actually get paid for being me. Like I can actually get paid for what I know. And you can ask this, what do I love to do? You know, what do you love to do? So Marcia, what is it for you, Marcia and Aaron?
Yeah, for me, pot as well. Like what is fun for me is about like when there's an expansion and fun energy, like, you know, you're gonna go there and there's no question at all about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I adore that. And for people watching, we're having a class on Sunday in the Netherlands in Maastricht. We have Dutch translation if you would like to join us. Sylvia is our translator and we'll be having fun. And one of the things is that so often as young children, particularly, we are programmed and we are prescribed a way to generate money and how hard and difficult it is. And that point of view is enforced quite aggressively on us, you know, so that we have the point of view then that we cannot generate money with ease, and we can't receive the greatness of me, that we have to do something to prove that we deserve the money. And what this workshop does is, we started off with, to change the story, you have to change what's creating it, which are the viewpoints. So when you come into these workshops, you will begin to notice that you've got all these viewpoints in regard to money and business, and you about what you have to prove and defense and all this. And the funny thing is, and for me, this still, I know all of you guys, it still surprises me that you can shift a point of view. It's a point of view is like a brick wall, you know, you can shift a point of view, and it's like this receiving comes in that gives you more communion with business. And you said it, all of you said it in different ways, when you're being, and when you are being business, you are in communion and you're being present. And for whatever reason, we're told that business is something we do instead of something that we can be. And the doing with our bodies comes from the being of what we know. Debs?
And Ariane said something. She said, I'm just a beginner or starter. I find every class, that's what I love about these classes. I've done this, I think I've done this one once or twice, but I know this class is going to be dynamically different again, because the classes, each time you unlock something, there's more to discover and more to find, and your life is just carrying on all the time, so you just unlock more and more and more and more. It's like this, like just this what's an avalanche of just possibilities that keep coming towards you every time you unlock something else. So even like I feel like a start every time, Marianne, because each time I'm there, I'm like, was I here before? Is this the same class? It just feels so different every time.
I love that. And so like what we would like to, we'd like to invite you. So consider yourself invited. I'll be inviting myself too. So it's a very different life to not have judgment in regard to business and in regard to how you be and do business. This is all based on coming into the energy of receiving you, and then for me, the business is the expression of whatever I do with ease in my life, and whatever in Ireland we say is a gra, is a love for, and whatever I've a gra to. For me particularly, I've a gra to people. I can see their brilliance, and you know, where they can put something in place for what they do with ease. And these classes, just people come out of the classes going, why, the biggest feedback I get after this class, why didn't I do it years ago? Which I think is hilarious. Yeah, that's
I
hilarious.
have one more question. I'd love you ladies to tell us about. Sorry, Sylvia, I jumped in there. Please tell me. I know I'm coming over to join the class, but tell us about the beautiful castle.
I want to see that too.
Oh yeah, have you been there? Tell us about the castle, because
No.
I've just seen pictures, and every time I see it, there's this elegant, beautiful, this amazing space. So even if we're online, you're going to get that feeling of elegance, and if you can make it there, yeah, come join us. Tell us about the castle.
Yes, and it's so amazing place. The garden is like lovely, and you feel all the energies who are contributing, and the staff is really welcoming, and it's feeling
they
a
are.
queen or king. It's awesome. Yes.
Yeah, and it's so funny. This castle is kind of a physical actualization of what we were asking for in the business classes. And Marcia is a tenacious, she's got a, like, she is such a goer. I adore her. And we were looking for a beautiful venue with the class, and this venue, Marcia found it. And it is such a gorgeous space to bring your business, to date your business, and explore what it is your business can be for you. And I suppose your business is always there for you, always willing to contribute you. For me, business is the element that gives you everything you desire. The venue resonates and vibrates with that energy. And I can't, I'm like a little, like, I lived with Debbie for months, and you know, before classes, she would like see how happy I get because I'm aware of what can transform and change in people's worlds, and how one little story about yourself. Ariane here is like brilliant, and I've worked with her, and she had so many points of views about not being good enough in business, judging herself in regard to business. And I would look at her going, okay, I think we're seeing two different people. and so you have these people that are brilliant, like they're just like amazing, like much better than me at loads of things. And so I'm continuously surprised at how, like, you start to see yourself in a different way when you actually, when you take this class. So yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome, we are. We're speechless.
Yeah, we're like, oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. It's like, can't wait to see the venue, the classes, more awareness. Whew.
More business.
How does it get more business, baby?
More
and more business like that in our world, whereby you know, more business where you don't go, you know, body, I'm just going to throw you to the side here, and we're going to do something that we hate for 8 hours because that's what we've been shown. And that's what we've been shown as a model for what business is, you know. A lot of burnout in the Netherlands, a lot of stress, a lot of hard work when it comes to business, and, you know, not looking after and caring for the body. But what if you could include your body in your business? And, you know, we work with our bodies, you know. So whether it's touching, you know, someone's head, whether you're a psychotherapist speaking to someone, translating, you know, working on Excel, working with bodies, Ariane, and online. So yeah, let's create something radically different in our world. I'm in. Who else is in?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you cannot come to class, check out the Joy Business book. It is a gift, and the Get Out of Debt Joyfully, they are two of the gifts that have transformed and allowed me to change my story and change what was creating that story. Are you ready to write a new story? Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, guys.
Yes.
Thanks for watching us, everyone.
See you all Sunday in class. Yes, see you in class Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.